Minasan konnichiwa und willkommen. And today we're going to be talking about some amazing facts about different types of movies and the behind the scenes of several of them. Let's begin, shall we? Beauty and the Beast was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture in 1992, but it lost to Silence of the Lambs. It did, however, win an Academy Award for Best Original Song. Sean Connery wore a wig in every single one of his James Bond performances. Sigourney Weaver actually made that impossible shot in the movie Alien Resurrection from 1997. The ornaments Marv stepped on in the Home Alone film are actually candy. Darth Vader only had 12 minutes of screen time in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. William Wyler's Ben-Hur, James Cameron's Titanic, and Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, all won 11 Academy Awards each. Hayao Miyazaki's Spirited Away is the only non-Western animated film to win an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. The floating pen from Stanley Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey, wasn't done with CGI, but camera trickery using glass and tape. In Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan, all the main cast were given basic military training except Matt Damon, not to be confused with Matt Dillon. The production design for Ben-Hur, with Charlton Heston, Stephen Boyd, and Haya Hadarid, included 1 million props, 100,000 costumes, and 300 sets that were built out of 1 million pounds of plaster and 40,000 cubic feet of lumber. And some of the biggest stars actually visited those sets, like Susan Hayward and Audrey Hepburn. And speaking of which, Marilyn Monroe, Shirley MacLaine, and Kim Novak were considered for the role of Holly Golightly in Breakfast at Tiffany's before Audrey got the part. My Fair Lady was Henry Daniell's last movie, because he died on October 31st, 1963, during the filming of the ballroom scene. And the marbles Professor Higgins fed Eliza Doolittle were actually grapes. Gary Cooper, Errol Flynn, and Ronald Colman were originally going to be Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind before Clark Gable got the part. Richard Thorpe, George Cukor, King Vidor, and Victor Fleming all worked on The Wizard of Oz, but only Victor Fleming got sole screen credit. Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs took roughly 4 years to make, between 1934 and 1937, and over 700 artists completed more than 2 million sketches. Cinderella's mice friends Jock and Gus Gus and her dog Bruno were all voiced by Jimmy McDonald, and the evil cat Lucifer was voiced by voice acting legend June Foray. That's right, June Foray, who worked for various studios including Disney, Hanna-Barbera, Rankin Bass, Warner Brothers, and MGM. Lady and the Tramp was the first Disney animated feature to be filmed in CinemaScope and Academy ratio simultaneously. It won the David Di Donatello Award in 1956 in Italy for Best Foreign Producer Walt Disney, and in earlier drafts of the story, Homer, Regs, Mutt, and Bozo were suggested before he got the name Tramp. In the first Tom and Jerry cartoon, Puss Gets the Boot, Tom was originally named Jasper and Jerry was originally named Jinx, and it was the only Tom and Jerry cartoon produced by Rudolph Ising of Harman and Ising fame. Steven Spielberg is the godfather of Drew Barrymore from E.T. the Extraterrestrial and Gwyneth Paltrow from Hook. Director Martin Scorsese played painter Vincent van Gogh in Akira Kurosawa's magical realist movie Dreams. Sean Connery, Richard Burton, and Bing Crosby were in the running to portray Captain Georg von Trapp before Christopher Plummer got the part. But Christopher Plummer's been hating the movie ever since. You know, The Sound of Music? The real Maria von Trapp taught Julie Andrews how to yodel for real on the Julie Andrews Hour. Lon Chaney was originally going to be Dracula in the movie of the same name, but he died of throat cancer in 1930. And Lon Chaney would be replaced with Bela Lugosi, who, interestingly enough, was actually buried in the Cape. Tom Selleck was originally going to be Indiana Jones before he got his show, Magnum P.I. In Mexico and Venezuela, Grease was released under the name Vaselina. The producers of Grease hoped for a product placement deal with Coke, but they went with Coke's rival Pepsi in the animated opening. Bruce Lee was born on November 27, 1940, the year of the dragon, and his dad was a famous opera singer in China. In the Japanese and Italian versions of Hotel Transylvania, Dracula is dubbed by Koichi Amadera and Claudio Bisio, respectively. Before I leave, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Texas Life Julie and Maria Tortilla from Maria Tortilla Storytime, because they are very something special. Okay, that should be enough for the video for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment, and as always, amigos, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, sayonara, adios, and arrivederci.